Welcome back to the place where you, the atheist, can converse with me, the Christian, in a way that's not a debate. In fact, it's so atypical between an atheist and a Christian that we're actually having conversations, deep conversations, that are focusing on what we actually agree on. And that is Faresh. And that is spelled F-R-A. Maybe it's F-U-R. Faresh. The question, do you believe in hair? Or do you believe hair has never existed this whole time? Let's talk about what you believe here in the comments. Not really. This video is actually about something completely different, as you could clearly read from the title of the video. I know that most of you watching my videos that are atheists, most of you, and I'm not saying most atheists, I'm saying most atheists who watch these atheist videos that I create, specifically this artificial demographic that I've created, most of you grew up in a Christian home, of the Christian faith. Most of you, not all of you. So with that being said, you know very well this verse. Specifically I'm looking at Mark 12, 30 and 31, where Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. Now, right off the top, I understand atheists do not believe in souls, at least in general. You may correct me, but most of the atheists, as individuals, have told me they do not believe in the concept of a soul or consciousness that exists beyond, this human life here. So already I understand that most atheists watching the video do not believe that souls exist. If that's different for you specifically as an individual atheist, then feel free to let me know, because I'd be interested to know that. The next verse, verse 31. The second is this: love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. So, the two most important commandments in Christianity: to love God with all that you have, and then basically connected to that is love your neighbor as yourself. So let's unpack that. I want to know what you, as the individual atheist, believes about this. Because when it comes to the teachings of Jesus, now I understand, and based on comments of other videos, some of you do not believe Jesus was even a real person. Some of you do. But specifically, let's just assume, for the sake of this conversation, that Jesus was a real person and that he really did say what I just quoted, which was said about him. This concept of loving your neighbor as yourself, I want to know what you as the individual atheist believes about this. I mean, is that something we can all agree on? Again, the focus of these videos, what can we agree on? So I'm curious, can you agree that loving your neighbor as yourself is a good thing, Christian or not? If everybody lived by that rule, would the world be a better place? That's ultimately my question. Now, I know that we can get really nitpicky and technical about it, and, well, if everybody loved their neighbor, that's what about people who are suicidal? That means they want to kill other people. We could get into that, but that's not what's being implied here. Assuming that you are a person who wants good things for yourself, you want good health, and you want to enjoy life, assuming that is your frame of reference. I think most people want to be happy, right? So with that mindset, we would want the same for other people. We would want other people to be successful. We want other people to not be hungry. We want other people to be built up when they are feeling down for whatever reason. We want to help other people, because ultimately we're selfish people. Now see, that's where we get into Christian theology right there. Obviously I believe in sin nature, and I know that you don't. I'm not focusing on that because we don't agree on it. But specifically, the whole concept I believe in this verse where Jesus is saying is, we are selfish people. And I think as an atheist, an individual atheist, you could probably agree. Human beings are typically pretty self-centered and selfish, even if you don't believe in the sin nature. So with that being said, knowing that we are so self-centered it's somewhat of a foreign concept a lot of times to love someone, to care so much, to sacrifice, to give to other people at the same lack of hesitation that we would for ourselves. Would the world be a better place if we truly loved our neighbors as ourselves? Now, I understand in the Bible there are a lot of things that Jesus said that you do not agree with, specifically when he says that he is the Son of God. Well, by default, you can't believe that. If you do not believe that God exists, then what does that matter if someone says he's the Son of God? Because you would not believe that to begin with fundamentally. That's one of the things you would not believe, we would not agree on when it comes to Jesus. But ultimately, for you as the individual atheist and me as the individual Christian, can we both agree that taking it for what it's worth and not overanalyzing it, loving your neighbor as yourself is a good thing? Because it's almost like if we're selfish people and we're loving other people and taking care of other people, then it becomes selfless instead of selfish, selfless. Caring about other people selflessly, to help other people, to give them physically what they need, maybe mentally what they need, when they need someone to encourage them, whatever it is. Could we agree, without overanalyzing the concept, loving your neighbor as yourself is a good thing to do? Take religion out of it. Just, if religion didn't exist, like John Lennon said, there's no heaven above us, no hell below us. Take away religion from this conversation. Love your neighbor as yourself. Would the world be a better place if we did that? Your comments belong right here.